and welcome back to Happy Hour with HR, a podcast about navigating corporate spaces without compromising your wellness. I'm your host, DrMoe. How are y'all doing? So this topic in this video is a little touchy for me. However, I think it's something that it should be a continuous conversation, because when we talk about creating a business, because we get so overwhelmed with it, we might look to our circle for help with our business, and we might find ourselves doing business with friends. Now, and so that is the topic of today's video, is how to avoid conflicts when working with friends. Now, this isn't an exhaustive list, but this is just my tips on how to avoid conflicts with friends when working with friends, because and I'm not talking about you create a friendship with them when you start the job. I'm talking about y'all became friends and then y'all started working together. Now, again, I've had to learn this from personal experience. And what started to happen with me when I would work with friends was I started to feel resentment. I started to feel annoyance. And it was the things that the friends would do in our friendship that I didn't really pay that much attention to. Like I didn't hold on to it like that. It was when they started doing it in business that I'm like, this ain't cute. This ain't cute right now. And I would have to say that it was things that I would do while working with friends that I would do in my friendships that I feel like they would say to me, bitch, wait. Like, no, this ain't what it is. This ain't it. This ain't it. When I asked you as my friend to join this thing, I was expecting something a little bit better. Something a little bit better than what I'm getting right now. You know? And so I would say overall it was on both ends. And so that's why when I look at this topic, when I even talk about it, it was a great learning lesson, but it came at one hell of a price. And that's why I want to talk about it, because are you willing to pay that price? Are you willing to pay that price? So you don't have to pay a big price, you know. I wanted to just provide some tips on, again, how to avoid conflicts when you're working with your friend or friends. The first tip is this. I feel like I need a little drink or something. You know what? Let me not promote something like that. But the first tip is this. Discuss your work styles and your ideal work environment. Now, y'all already know, I don't believe in having fun at work. I just don't. That's just my thing. I'm not saying that. I'll say this. I work well with team members, and I will collaborate. But I'm not a let's sit down, discuss often type of collaborator. I'm a let's sit down, discuss. Let's go our separate ways and do our work. Let's come back, sit down and discuss. Let's go our separate ways and do our work. Let's come back. Like, I work like that. Some people, they work like it's as if they need to work non-stop in a collective space. What the fuck was it? Oh, sorry, y'all. It was just a big black bug too. I don't even know where it went. Oh, where'd it go? Is that a snake hole? Nature is crazy. It's crazy out here. But anyway, sorry about that. But there are some people who have an opposite work style than that. Like, I would say that I'm a very independent worker. Like, you give me a task, I will try my best to execute it. I'll come back to you. You let me know if it was wrong, if it was right, or in ways that it can be improved. I take that. I don't hold on to it too much, or at all, and I just try to do it better. Some people work in the opposite way, and that's fine. If however work style works best for you, but I think that when you start to mesh your personal life and your professional life by working with a friend, it's important to really understand who you're working with. Like, I was working with a friend that I didn't know that that's how they worked. And it was just like completely opposite of me. Like, I love them down, but I'm like, no. No. And I think that the way that I work, they were also like, nah, that ain't it. that's not what I want as a team member. And so again, just going back to that first that first tip, discuss your work styles and be really honest about an ideal work environment, so that when y'all are working together, you don't feel as if y'all can work in the best way possible, because you're not working in a space in which you feel uncomfortable. The second tip is this. It might have came up on camera. I think it was a little chipmunk running behind me. Ooh, that thing sounded big. Ooh, I was about to run. Nature is crazy, but I love her. So the second tip, to avoid conflicts when working with friends, is this. Study the business that you want to be in with your friend, and ask yourself this: is it worth the friendship? Now, you just gotta be honest with yourself. Is the work that you're doing and the way that you're trying to get money for yourself, is it worth losing your friend over it? If it's not worth losing your friend over it, then don't continue with the business. Don't work in that business with your friend. Or if you are going to do it because you just don't want to leave your friend out there hanging, clearly articulate a exit plan with you and your friend. And it don't matter how much they may plead and beg for you, like, nah, it ain't gonna be like that, nah. It don't matter, no. Because you might have a little bit more foresight than them. So I say just clearly articulate an exit plan for you to leave that company, because you do not want to risk losing your friend because of how the business is going. And I say really study it and really understand what your needs are and all of that, because if you and your friend are really being ignorant, and I'm not saying ignorant in a disrespectful way, but really are not knowing and understanding what is needed for this business, then when frustrating things come about, y'all might start to bicker with each other. Like, why didn't you do this? Or why didn't you do that? Or how come this is happening? I thought you were supposed to know this. I thought you worked in this field. Like, you just start to do like a blame game. And again, it puts the friendship at risk. So I'm saying this. Really study the business that you're in. If this is a business and a sector that you want to work in, and if you really feel like the business idea that you and your friend have, or maybe your friend have, or maybe you have, if you really think that it is worth time, energy, effort, money, and even your friendship, if you really think it's worth it, then take the risk. But if you don't think that it's worth it, if you just doing this to just be nice, to just be trying to show up as a friend, if you really don't think being involved is worth it like that, Don't go into business with your friend, because you're going to lose a friend because of how you show up at work. You're really going to lose a friend, and it's going to be a sad thing, because breakups are difficult. They're very difficult, because the person that you want to talk to about the friendship breakup is the friend, and you don't even got them, you know. So really think about that. And the third thing, was it about to rain? And the third tip is this: never let animosity fester. Be intentional about creating safe spaces for y'all to really hash out anything that person has did to you in the business. Anything that has annoyed you, hash it out. Because if you don't, there is a high chance that you will feel resentment towards your friend. There is a high chance that you will just start to pull away from them, because you like, man, they just be doing some foul shit. They really foul. Like, especially as it relates to business, because again, when you going into work, you're not going into work just to have fun. You're going there to make money. You're going there to take care of yourself. So that mindset shouldn't be different just because you're working with your friend. You should never assume that because your friend is showing up for your business, that they don't have the same mindset of, I'm here to make money so that I can take care of myself. Therefore, I'm not going to play around with, ooh, something bit me. Therefore, I'm not going to play around when it comes to making this business work so that we can get paid. Like, no, you shouldn't have that mindset of like playing around. So if that is the case, when things come up, when y'all annoy each other, because that's just going to happen, that happens in any relationship. When y'all annoy each other, y'all need to have a healthy way to deal with it. Because when you're not working with your friend, the healthy way that you deal with it is by talking about your coworkers to your friend. But if your coworker that you want to talk about is your friend, now you're going to feel even more frustrated, because again, you ain't going to have anybody to talk to. So really be intentional about creating a process for how to handle disagreements. And treat, again, your corporate relationship like any other relationship, in which you understand that there's going to be fighting involved, but there's a way to resolve the fighting, the disagreements, so that it doesn't get out of control. So yeah, so those are my tips. So just to wrap it up, 3 tips I have for avoiding conflicts when working with friends is this. Number 1, before y'all start working together, discuss your work style / ideal work environment so that y'all are on the same page. Number 2, study the business you want to be in with your friend and the product and the service or / service that y'all want to provide. And really ask yourself, is this business really worth my friendship? If it's not worth your friendship, then don't do the business. Don't go into business with them. If you really believe in this business and you really think that like it's worth the friendship because y'all both gonna eat or y'all both gonna do well, then go into business with them. But if you don't think that it's worth it, then don't do it. The third tip is this: never let animosity fester between you and your friend or friends when y'all are working together. Be intentional about creating a safe space for you all to discuss and hash out anything that could have happened that week or that day or that month that caused y'all to feel some type of way towards each other. Don't just let that thing fester. So that is about it for me, y'all. Thank you all for watching Happy Hour with HR. And I will see you all next time. Bye.